They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Shalom, YAHANNA.
Shalom, YAHANNA. You man hear me good?
Yeah, the one, you do up.
Most time quite to man. You lot feeling the cold, yeah?
So like
You lot loving the cold and that.
love it up, man, love it up.
I'm hearing now I've seen Haki on the socials making our snowman.
Huh?
I see Haki making our snowman and everything. Down south is mad snow in it.
Yeah.
I've seen
London's
Instagram.
full of snow, you know.
No, I've seen Instagram videos and it literally snow like a scoop it. In Brum, you get little patches here and there, little patches of snow here and there. Icy and that, but
I think you're gonna catch it later, you know.
Boy, I better not, hope not,
Yeah. To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that you lot ain't got it first. To be honest.
Come on, man. Bear with them, man. I'm joking. I don't know. It's
good to love your hometown. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's however, listen, it's the Lord. It's however go if you work, you get me. It's nothing like that. Anyway, around Birmingham, the hot place. Who knows? But anyway, so this is Scripture Breakdown class every Thursday, 7 to 9. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you join the class. Make sure you sign in for attendance. The link is right here in the chat. Boom. That's the link to sign in for attendance. Make sure you hit that. Put your name down. After 90 days of attendance, you can get yourself an Hebrew name, come in the school, work your way up the ranks, and be a soldier in the school, man. And put your back in and get the work done, man. You know what I mean? I got a powerful trooper, Hakia, reading for me today. I got a powerful officer, our one straight from Manchester, London, and Manchester in one place. You know what I mean? Brothers in the UPK, strong brothers. Also, make sure you come down to 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW, Saturday, 7 o'clock, the Feast of Hanukkah. You know what I mean? I'll be there. You know what I mean? During the Feast of Hanukkah. The brothers will be there. The sisters will be there. The children will be there. We're going to have a wonderful time, man. We're going to have a wonderful time. Let people in the world keep their Christmas. That's right. Let them keep their Christmas. Listen, Christmas got nothing to do with black people, man. What we're about to celebrate got something to do with black people. It means something to us. It's history to us. It means something. This is what we're about to celebrate. We'll make our grandparents in the grave be proud, man. It actually got something to do with us. Christmas got nothing to do with us. Christmas is a Babylonian holiday, an African holiday, man. Nothing to do with black people, man. Trees don't belong in the house. Bunnies don't lay eggs. A black man celebrating Christmas is the same as a black man celebrating Kwanzaa, man, or a black man celebrating the Chinese New Year. Imagine you was a black man celebrating the Chinese New Year. People would look at you like, this nigga's crazy. And that's what it is when you got a tree in your house, man. Crazy. That's what it is when you're putting presents under a tree. Crazy. That's what it is when you're singing Christmas songs, man. I'm talking about jingle bells. You're crazy, man. So we got to drop that. The feedback on the mic.
Yeah.
God, it's a bit like crunchy.
The crunchy.
God.
Bear with me a second.
Yeah.
It's like Jeremiah.
Let me chat, Good time. No, come on, man.
It's like I thought it was just me. I connected.
Go on.
What you going straight to Jeremiah 10?
No. I do Christmas today. Christmas is next week.
Oh, can't.
We're gonna break it down, man. How about now? You hear me good?
Yeah, to what?
Sure.
I'm gonna come through still sleeping?
God. Nah, it's to what now?
Yeah, sound to what still. Alright, so let's get into it, man. So first before I start, any questions? So lucky with Alban, your question from last week, I still got it. I haven't got a breakdown yet, but I'm gonna get to you. Alright, so lucky, just bear with me. But in the meantime, any questions?
I had a question on. It's not really a question. I'm thinking of doing have you heard of the Brittany Griner situation in America?
Yeah, can't.
In Russia. So I was thinking of doing the angle on that where, obviously, because this Esau would never like free a regular brother out of prison, but this sister who's lesbian and smokes weed, they freed her. They put all this like energy into freeing her. Is it like going the angle where? Is it like it's almost like they freed her because she kind of influences people? Like she's like a black lesbian, so she influences our people to go into sexual immorality and drugs and things like that. What do you think about that angle?
The angle I would take is the angle that Jeremy Muhammad took, which he said that this proves that men and women ain't equal. Because if a man was in jail, a man would have to stay in jail so that everyone else is safe. But a woman, because she's so soft and delicate, even though she calls herself a lesbian, even though she goes, I can do what a man can do, the government has had to get her out because she's so delicate, she's so frail, and we need her safe. And with that, show people, listen, even in today, look how the government had to run and get a woman out of jail. But a man would have to stay there. A man would have to. Bear me 1 second, okay, 1 second.
No, sorry.
Yeah, it's lucky, yeah. So that's the angle I take it. Just to show, let you know, listen, men and women ain't equal. And what's the proof? The government had to go get Britney. Anyone else has to sit in jail and rot in jail, but she's a woman, she's frail, and we've got to go find her, man. Women that can't do what a man can do. Women are not equal to men. You know, women can't be in the field like how men are in the field, and that's the proof right there. That's the angle you want to take. The scriptures on, you know, men being in wars and men being, you know, chosen by the Lord to do this work, and the scripture showing that men and women ain't equal, and that the woman's a weaker vessel, and those are the ones that you want. If you want, I can get some for you.
Card, if you could.
What? Yeah, give me 1 Peter 3:7.
Come on. Book of First.
Hold that. Yeah, go on.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
There you go. And the Bible goes, your wife is a weaker vessel. Anyone know what a vessel is?
God, like a container. So
yeah, something that you hold water in. Your wife's a weaker vessel, man. You're a man's a strong vessel, and the wife's a weaker vessel. And the Bible goes, men should look at their wives like the weaker vessel. Meaning, when you got a wife, you know, don't treat her rough, man, and make her like black man. You're in the army right now. You're in the UPK. You're in the army. You're in the military. You get told, you know, do push-ups, do this, do that. And like sometimes you got to crit your wife, but just remember, she's a weaker vessel, man. Don't be too hard on there. Don't be too. She can learn a lesson, but there's ways to do it. Don't see it as well. This was done to me, so she can do it too. She's a weaker vessel. You know, when men, men we go through stricter, harder regimes, and women can go through. Women can't. They can't deal with it. They can't go through it, but we can. So, Bible show respect to her and as to the weaker vessel. Then she ain't like you. Don't be extreme hard in there and make her go through stuff that only men can go through. That's women, the weaker vessel. These are the same people that cry every time they see a nice show. They cry when you and them have a heated argument. They're the weaker vessel, man. And that don't belong behind bars. And that's why the government said we got to get her out. The woman ain't equal to man. When you watch movies like the Titanic, you know what I mean? What did they say? When the Titanic went down, they said what? Women and children first, man.
Right.
They didn't say, oh, everyone's equal, blah, blah, blah. So no, women and children first. Meaning what? A woman's life is more delicate, man. You can't leave her to die. You can't leave her to drown. Even in wars today, they evacuate the women and children first. Because men are considered, people that can handle it and they'll be all right. But women, they're the delicate ones, man. They're the delicate ones that we need to look after. We got to look after them. That's why the police will run to a woman that's been sexually abused. As a man, you talk about you being raped by another man. Listen, the police are going to take the time, man. They probably laugh at you. But as a woman, you got to run to her aid. Why? Because she's a weaker vessel, man. And it's stupidity to say, well, a woman's equal to a man. A woman can do what a man can do. That's ridiculous, man. In 2022, I'm seeing women fight in the UFC. I see women trying to run in a sorry, I take it back. It's never the woman actually. It's always the man. The man trying to dress up as a woman and fight in boxing, just beating up all the women. Of course, you're gonna beat them up. You're a man. They're the weaker vessel, man. Right. You got a big butch man in UFC beating up all the women, and he's the heavyweight champion. Of course, he will be. He got an advantage, man, and that advantage is called his gender. But women ain't equal to man. That's the reason why women are protected as they should be. Women are protected. You hit a woman, the police are gonna come and lock you up, man. You and your male friend have that same fight. The police will just part it, man, until you go home. Just break it up. You know what I mean? Call it a little fight. If you hit a woman, oh my God, how dare you, man? Don't you dare put your hands on a woman. You're going to jail for this. You're the worst thing in the world. If you beat a woman up and go jail, like you beat a woman up, you go jail, and then when the brothers in jail heard that you beat a woman up, they're going to beat you up too, man. They're going to say, oh, look at this coward. Listen, we'll deal with him. It's funny because brothers in jail are in jail for all types of crimes. But when it comes to raping a woman, molesting a child, someone who also is a weaker vessel, someone who can't defend himself. But you're in jail for harming someone that can't defend himself. Listen, the prisoners will wash you up, man. They're coming to get you, man. The woman is a weaker vessel, and that's why the government went and got the Britney out, man. Read it again, Alban.
Call it one. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
And honor her as the weaker vessel, to show honor means to show respect, man. See, as you know what, she ain't like me. She can't do what I can do. When your woman calls you, she's crying about the bills and blah. Don't be like, sick of this shit, man. Listen, man up, man. You're gonna be okay, man. Just got to snap out of it. Honor her, man. Say, oh, she's a woman, So let me give some words of comfort, man. I know she's being stupid right now, but hey, she's weaker. I know she's stressing right now, being dumb, but hey, she's weaker, man. Let me just say, oh, it's gonna be okay. Give it a little hair stroke. The ones that can give it a little hair stroke,
No, I don't know about them ones. Luck you.
So goes one.
I don't know about them ones. Little more. Still
See. Haka's too rough. Haka's in the making. But you'll get there, man.
I soon get there.
Get there, man. Don't watch that, man. The Judas too rough. Sometimes you can't be too rough, man. Likewise with Brittany, had it been someone else, they got a rat in jail, man. They gotta suck it up, stay in jail. You know what I mean? Do the crime, you do the time. With her, she gotta get out. That's the anger and take. Even though she's a lesbian and makes out like, I can do what a man can do, I'm butch and blah blah blah. The government don't feel the same way. It's like, nah, we gotta get this over now. Even though she might see it as, I identify as a man and I'm strong, the world don't care what you identify as. They look to you and say, oh man, what a poor girl, man. We gotta get her out. Forget what you identify as, man. Don't give a damn what you identify as, man. Imagine this, Hakian. Imagine if I identify as a doctor. Can I just rock up in a theater and perform surgery? Just say, I don't give a damn what you could see yourself as, man. Where's your credentials? And likewise, that's the reason why we're Alban. They got that sister out. All right.
If I may, sir.
Go
on. There's a question I need to ask. Is it possible, just kind of off topic, would it be possible to go to Stamford Hill? And
again, you got to speak to your captain there, Captain Prussia.
Captain Prussia.
As you know, the UPK, we do everything decent in order.
Right.
I know everything with him. He let you know the do's and don'ts, and
right.
if he approves or not. And if he approves of it, then you can go. He's got just any man in the school that got an operation that thinks can be done. You just hit up Captain Prussia, and he'll see fit. He'll see if it's sufficient, if you got enough men, or if you need more men. If it's something that can be done by yourself, you iron it out with him, and he'll send you on that mission. But that's what you got to do. So after class, so give him a call.
Give him a bell, yeah.
What you request, all right?
Council.
So all right. So with that, we're going to the law that Jesus Christ taught us to keep the law, and Jesus Christ kept the law himself. That's in the Bible. According to Christianity, they teach that the law is done away with. They teach that the God of the Old Testament had these laws, and these laws were so wicked and evil. So Christ came on the scene, and Christ did these laws because why? They were too hard, man. I'm gonna show you that according to the Bible, that's a lie. And we are required to keep these laws. You're Black and Hispanic and Native Indian. We as a people, a nation of people, are required to keep these laws, man. You know what I mean? So if you could start off with Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
Come. Deuteronomy 4 verse 5. I stood between the Lord and you at that time, to show you the word of the Lord. For ye were afraid by reason of the fire, and went not up into the mount.
No, Deuteronomy 4 and 5, Salakia.
Oh, Salakia, that's my bad, sir.
No, sir. Any questions online, type them in. All right, type them in. Shalom to Denisha, Banaya, Sharapar, Adolphus, Las, Aisha. Who else we got in here? Shalom to anyone. Anyone got any questions? Make sure you type them in, all right? We'll answer it. Shalom to Hadassah. Make sure you also hit this link for attendance as well. Right at the top. Make sure you sign in for attendance. 2 seconds. Hold that scripture, yeah?
Go on.
So like, yeah. All right, well, read that for me, Baba Kusha.
Deuteronomy 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
And this is Moses speaking. Moses saying, behold, I've taught you statutes and judgments. Everyone knows about Moses and the 10 Commandments and Moses delivering the laws to the Israelites. Moses talking to us right now, saying, listen, behold, listen, look. Moses saying, look, I've taught you statutes and judgments. You know what I mean? The law is comprised of what? Statutes and commandments and judgments, like, yeah. The law is to do and do not, and the judgment is what? Is a punishment of not doing it or of doing it. Does that make sense? So the law will say what? Thou shalt not be a homosexual. The judgment, the punishment will be to be stoned to death. The law will say keep the Passover. The judgment will be to be kicked out and banished. That will be the judgment. So Moses saying, listen, I've told you laws and judgments. Keep reading.
Khan. Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
And Moses saying, listen, I've taught you laws, the same laws that God taught me. Meaning what Moses told us to do wasn't something that Moses came up with. It wasn't suggestions. It wasn't something that Moses thought would be good. These are laws that come from God. God said we must do this, we must do that. Give it to Moses, and Moses give it to us. And that's how the Lord works. The Lord always dealt with a man. To know this Bible, you always must be taught by a man. You know what I mean? Christianity say, no, I was sitting in my house one day and a beam of light came upon me. And since then, I've been dedicated to God. That is garbage, man. You must be taught. Just like the Israelites back then was taught by one man. Moses got these laws from God himself. You know what that means, black man? To not eat pork is a rule from God, man. To not get tattoos is a rule from God, man.
Right.
For a man to not lie down with another man, that is a rule come from God himself, man. Don't let no man tell you, oh, well, to each his own. Well, that's you. That's your preference. Nah, man. These are laws that come from God in heaven, man. And Moses said, I told you these laws the same way God told me them. Keep it in.
Khan, that you should do so in the land, whether you go to possess it.
And he goes, these laws, do it. Do these laws in the land that you go to possess. At this time, we was going to the land of Israel, man. And we was living in Egypt. And in Egypt, we learned a lot of nonsense, man. We learned about idols. We learned about other gods. We learned about homosexuality. And the Lord wanted us to start fresh. The Lord didn't want us to bring that nastiness that we learned in Egypt into our land. Do the research on the Egyptians. Do the research, the history. Egyptians were people that walked around naked, man. They walked around bare chest with a loincloth. And in the Bible, it's a sin to walk around naked, man. Egyptians had sex with their siblings, man. In the Bible, it's a sin to do that. Egyptians had sex with men on men, women on women. Did all types of nastiness, man. Idols, sun worship. And the Lord's given us rules saying from now on, you don't do this no more. I know you did it in Egypt. You didn't know no better, but for now on, now you know. And when you come into my land, I don't want none of this taking place. I don't want to see no tattoos, man. I don't want to see no man worshiping no next man. I don't want to see no man worshiping no idols, man. When you go into my land, this is what I want you to do. Keep it in.
Khan, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them. And
the Lord said, keep them for and do them. We're supposed to do these laws, man. We're supposed to do these laws, man. Black man, listen, if you're a black man who's an entrepreneur, man, you got your own business. You're supposed to close that business on a Saturday, man. On the Sabbath day, man, and give your colleagues rest. If you're a black woman, you can't abort no babies, man. You got to do this. If you're black, I don't care what no white man says, man, about what is your choice, you know, it's your body. God said you can't kill no child, man. If you're a black man, you can't be throwing away your woman, man. You better keep them women, man. You know what I mean? And that's the rules in the Bible that we must keep. Just like what there's rules in England that you must keep, man. And when you don't keep, you get judgments. Guess what? God got them same rules. Look at the highway code. You must keep the highway code, man. You must drive at the acquired speed limit, man. You must stop at a red light. And if you don't, you get points on your license, man. If you don't, you get a ban. If you don't, you get your license revoked. That's the judgments for breaking the highway code. And God got laws and judgments if you break his code as well, man. Keep it in.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
And the Lord said, us keeping the commandments is our wisdom. This is what makes us wise. You want to know what makes you wise? Not going to school. Ain't nothing wrong with going to school. Ain't nothing wrong with going to college. But what makes you wise, black man, is when you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's what makes you wise. Imagine this. You top scholars and PhDs and everybody, all these people that are wise, was dying 2 years ago of COVID-19, man. Dying of COVID-19 and they're so wise. Meanwhile, black man, had we followed the Bible, COVID-19 wouldn't exist. Why in the Bible it says you can't eat bats? Shows how wise these people were, man. These were top scholars, and they didn't say nothing about eating bats, man.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say nothing about, nah, you shouldn't eat bats, so it's wrong for you. We did.
Right.
You said you can't eat bats, that's against God, man. The Bible is real wisdom. That's what real wisdom is, man. Getting a PhD ain't wisdom. It's smart, it's good. And if you can go get it, man. Make your slavery more comfortable. Go get a high-paid slavery, man. Do what you can do. But black man, don't think for a second that is wisdom. Real wisdom is in this Bible, man.
Come on.
It's in this Bible, black man. All over the world, everyone's talking about monkeypox and what we're gonna do. Monkeypox. In here, we don't get monkeypox, man. We ain't sexual deviants, man. We don't get the stuff that people out there get in the world, but we don't have problems. Everyone's out there in marriage counseling, trying to fix this, spending top dollar to fix their marriage, and they're going through. Everyone's in Blueface and his woman fighting on TV. We don't get that in here, man. Why? Because we got the Bible.
Wow.
We fix our marriage with the Bible. We fix our friendships with the Bible. We fix our relationships with the Bible, man. Everyone, this country against that country, and this person fighting against that person. We don't have that in here, man. Any disagreements we can solve in here, man. We can go to council. We can go to a brother here and there alone. Because in the Bible is where real wisdom is, man. Keep it in.
And your understanding in the sight of the nations.
And our understanding. This Bible is our understanding. When you read this Bible, you find out what to eat or what not to eat. How to dress for how not to dress. How to treat a brother from how not to treat a brother. Everyone else don't know. Everyone else don't know how to treat a brother. Don't know what to dress, how to dress. Don't know what God wants from them. What God requires from them. What should they do? We do. We know to celebrate Passover and not Christmas. We know to celebrate the Day of Atonement and not Easter. We know that we must have sex with black women only and marry black women only, man. To have black children and not to marry a woman of the other nations. We have understanding. We know this, man. Everybody else don't know it. Oops. Stop, yeah. Something dropped. Carry on.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
There you go. And all these nations, the white man, Chinese, Africans, were supposed to look at us and go, yo, look at these Israelites, man, with these good laws, man. Surely this is a wise and understanding nation. They're supposed to see us not getting COVID-19. Meanwhile, they're getting COVID-19 because they're eating bats, man. And go, listen, God, surely with them. Look at that, man. They don't never get no plagues, man. Look at that. The murder rate in their community, the Bible goes, love your brother as you love yourself. And because they keep these laws, look at this, man. They ain't never no black on black crime in their neighborhoods.
Right.
You know what I mean? When the Africans are killing each other, man. And that, what's that Rwanda suicide, that Rwanda genocide against the Hutus and the Tutsis. Meanwhile, we're just thriving and loving our brothers. They're supposed to see that and go, rah. God's with these Israelites, man. They got good laws. Look, they never fight each other, man. They never kill each other, man. They never abort their babies. But what happened? Christianity happened. Christianity says, do whatever makes you feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
God loves you no matter what. And now nations don't look at us as wise. Nations look at us as animals, man. Nations look at us like, oh, look at them black people, man. They're animals, man. Look at them niggas, man. Oh, God, look at them. Can you imagine that? Okay, the East Indian man, the East Indian man that stinks of curry, man. Looks at us like we're the animal.
Can't.
That has to be God, man. That has to be God. When the man who's based on the bottom, even he looks at us like, oh, some of them black people, man. They don't look after their kids. Or some of them black people, man, they don't know their right from their left. Look at their kids kill each other. Look at their sons and daughters, man. That must be God, man. And the man who's based, who's nobody, even the heathen look at him like he's no one, and he looks at us like we're nobody, man. What got me was when the African started looking at us like we're nobody. I said, damn, we're low. I said, damn, God got us.
Cool.
God got us, man. Because the African man, even the other heathen can't stand him. Even the other heathen, treat him bad. And he got the nerve to say, yo, you Caribbeans, man, you're like disgusting, man. You lot are this and you lot are that. I said, listen, God ain't on our side, man. Keep it in.
For what nation is there so great who have God so near unto them?
And like what I said earlier, the nation say, yo, these must have God near unto them, man. Look how they don't die. Look how they don't go through plagues and pestilences. Look how they live in their life, man. God must be with them, man. And God gave us these laws. Why would God do away with these laws, man? These good laws, man. These laws will fix the black community. Listen, love your brother as you love yourself. I just stop gangs, man. I just stop postcode wars. I just stop the knife crime, man. I need your father and your mother, man. I'd have shut down all care homes right there, man.
Right.
Shall not suffer a witch to live. A witch is a drug dealer. I'd stop drug dealing right there, man. If you marry a woman, you must stay with her. I'd stop single parent homes. I'd stop that black woman from pushing a pram by herself, man. The Bible said that. How would the Lord? Why would Christ do away with something like that, man? That's ridiculous, man. I got 2 questions online real quick. Rabbi, if you could read the first one for me, please, Baba Kashar.
Code of the Quran. Is it Luke 12 and verse 2?
12 and 2.
This one. Luke 12 and verse 2. Book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known.
Okay, so this is talking about scribes and Pharisees. So these are men that were, hypocrites and doing what they want to do. And they came against Christ, man. And Christ said, listen, man, we know your works. We know that you're wicked already, man. There's nothing hidden that shouldn't be revealed. So if you start from verse 1.
Luke 12 verse 1. In the meantime, when they were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trode one upon another.
So again, so Christ was a man was out there in the streets teaching blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians out there. And likewise, like when you watch these camp speakings, sometimes you see people gathering around us. Why? Some people are against us, some people want to fight us, and some people generally want answers. Christ had the same problem. When Christ was out there with his men, there was an innumerable multitude. Innumerable means amount of people you can't count, you can't number them. And a lot of people came, so much people that they was treading upon each other. Imagine carnival, or what else? Imagine who's hot these days, man. Imagine Drake came to town, and everyone's just rushing him. So much people that they step on each other. The big stampede. You know what I mean? Imagine Nicki Minaj or someone came to town and everyone was rushing. Oh my God. That's what you see here. Christ is out with his men. You know what I mean? Christ is out there cutting people and breaking down the Bible, and people are hearing stuff like that they've never heard in their life. I mean, the scribes and Pharisees are hypocrites, man. They make you do whatever you want to do. And you're hearing a man say, listen, you got to stop being a whore, man. You got to stop celebrating Christmas. You're like, you got to listen to this. Everyone's gathering around. Imagine all your life you've been told it's okay to be a Christian. All your life you're told it's okay to be a sexual deviant. It's okay for you to go with any race or woman. Love don't have no color. Out of the blue, you're hearing a man saying the opposite, man. And he's using the Bible to back you up. Numbers of people are going to be like, whoa, this is controversial.
Right.
And that's what you're seeing here with Yahawashi. Keep it in.
He began to say unto his disciples, first of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees.
And this is what Christ said. First of all, this is what he said first, above everything. Christ said, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees. And the Pharisees was the black religious leaders at that time. Today, your Pharisees will be your church, man. Will be your mosque, your imam, the people who everyone goes to for spiritual advice, for spiritual guidance, the people that black people go to for advice about God. That was the Pharisees back then. And Christ said, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, man. You know what leaven is? Leaven is raising agent. Anything that you're putting bread to make it rise. So leaven will be yeast. Leaven will be what? Bicarbonate soda, baking soda. These are things that puff up bread. And Christ said, beware of the things that puff up the Pharisees. The Pharisees feel like they're so proud. They feel like Christians today, pastors feel so proud, and they feel like they know the whole word of God and you can't teach me nothing. You niggas out there in your headpiece in the UPK talking about you're the Jews. You can't teach me nothing. I'm a pastor, man. I got a PhD. I went to school and theologian. Christ said, beware of the leaven of the religious leaders. They're so proud. They know it all. They can't relearn anything. Keep it in.
Beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy.
Which is what?
Which is hypocrisy.
And Christ said it is hypocrisy. The scribes and Pharisees are all about hypocrisy. The Christian teachers and leaders and imams and pastors, they're all hypocrites, man. Every last one of them are hypocrites. The Christian, imagine this, on topic, we're talking about the law. The Christian pastor will say, God's done away with the law's done away with. But then he'll get at you for having a tattoo, man. Right. Where do you find tattoos in the law? Where do you find not having tattoos in the law, man? If the law is either done away with or it's still in effect, you can't pick and choose what laws are done away with, man. They say you can't keep the law, it's done, right. But then they tell you that you must keep tithes, man. And where do you find tithes in the law? They'll tell you, listen, you can't be a thief, man. But if you can't be a thief, then that means you can't be a homosexual also. If you can't be a thief, that must mean you must keep Passover also. If you can't be a thief, that means you can't eat pork also. It's all in the same law, man. But they're hypocrites. They choose the parts that suit them. Do you know gambling is nowhere in the law that says you can't gamble, man. And the Christian pastor says you can't gamble, that's wrong, so evil. Look at them, they turn their nose up at the people in the bookies, man. But it's nowhere in the law. Meanwhile, you have a Christmas service in your church, man. You're telling the man that he's sinning when he's not sinning. Meanwhile, you're sinning every December 25th. Go on.
And them Christian people, like them Christian women and them Christian men are the worst on the face of the planet. They're the worst set of people on the face of the planet. Them type of people don't even love their own people. There's all them black women in there and them black men in there, big hypocrites.
Come on, man. He didn't tell me. Listen, man, I wasn't a big Christian growing up, but I went to church, man. The biggest hypocrites are in that church. That's where you find them. Man. They don't love black people. In fact, not only don't they love black people, they don't care about black people, man. Let me tell you something. A Christian's mission is to save mankind, man. Can you believe that? A Christian's mission is to save mankind. When mankind don't need saving, black people do, man. Mankind is fine. China is tawab. China's good. China got their own country, their own language. They got missiles that they can fire on any country. China can protect themselves, man. Same with Taiwan, same with England. But there's one race of people that got no protection. If you don't believe me, ask Mark Duggan. Oh shit, you can't. So lucky you can't. You know why? Because he's dead, man. If you don't believe me, ask Jermaine Bacon, Rashawn Church. Oh, you can't because they're dead, man. We got no protection, man. No one fights us when we die. No one sticks up when we die. No one even says sorry for slavery, man. The world don't need saving. Black people do. And guess what? Christians are not concerned about black people. They're concerned about the world's problems. Well, I love everybody, you know. I love everybody. What about black people, man? That's what I check. Black people are. You love everybody. You must love black people. That's what I check. Black people are people too. I don't see you out there marching for black people, fighting for black people, trying to get black people free food. Your focus is on everybody, man.
You can't.
The biggest hypocrites on the face of the earth.
And to lucky, sir, if I may, sir, they look at the welfare of everybody else, you know, like the white man and, you know, the Indians and that. But as soon as it comes to their own people, they're like, you know, well, you know, they shouldn't have done this or they shouldn't have done that. And there's no mercy for their own. You understand?
No, you're right. It's done. Black, our people, because of Christianity, we love all nations and we don't love our own, man. If a black man does something, if a white man does something wrong, well, you know, you can't judge all white people for white people in the past. But we just sit around now, I don't know what he's doing out there with a gun anyway, you know. I don't know what Mark Duggan's doing out there with a gun, you know. Fake gun or no gun, she had no gun. Why? I don't know what he's doing out there. If you're a black man, you die on the streets. You know what white people are gonna say? Well, I don't know what he's doing out there since 6 o'clock, you know. Them time they used to be in your bed. Meanwhile, you got some news yesterday, what? You seen it? 6 white people drowned in the lake in Sutton Coldfield. And how much? So the whole. And no one's saying, well, what are these white people doing by the water, man? Which should be a decent question. Say, hold on, what are white people doing by a lake? From what I heard, the lake was icy and they thought they could skate on it, which is ridiculous. No one said, but where's their parents? The parents are to blame. What do that by the lake? Why they got a guardian? No one says that. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's a shame. Jessica Holly went missing, man. And no one blamed the parents, man. No one said, but what are these 2 girls doing? Just walking the streets, man. Madeleine McCann went missing, and no one saying, but what are these parents doing? Leaving this girl unattended. They spend money and go out and they find that white girl, man. Our kids died. Why? The police shot him. It's a shame, but boy, he was a bad boy, you know. He was a gangster still, you know. You know, he wasn't innocent, you know. He wasn't innocent at the end of the day. I know our own people do it, man. And that's Christianity. We don't really have our own excuse for our own. Shut up, Shandai. How's it going?
Shalom, Yabba Shikata.
Yabba Shikata. How's it going, man? I see you ready for the winter. I see you're wrapped up for the winter leather jacket. Get me. On top of that, the Wally for muscle should keep you warm as well, man. You're right, man. Sometimes you're cool, man. Get me, keep you warm, man. But so like, who was reading Baba Kushar?
Yeah, myself. Canada Wakan. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed.
There you go. And Christ said, don't worry about these Pharisees, man. They're hypocrites, man. And in basically what he's saying is, don't worry about these Pharisees. They're hypocrites. And in due time, you're gonna notice it. In due time, it's gonna come out, man. That's what they say. You know about these Pharisees, man? They're hypocrites, man. And you'll see it come out one day. And it happened in the time of Christ, and it happens today. In the Bible, in the law, the scribes and Pharisees talked about we keep the law, we're the men of God. And it came out that they don't keep the law, man. In the law, it says you can't have no king over you that ain't of your own people. And the scribes and Pharisees said, what? They crucified Christ and said, listen, we have no king but Caesar. And Caesar was a white man. So Christ said, listen, these things will come out anyway, man. Just like your pastor, it comes out like that pastors are known for child molestation, known for molesting, known for stealing the tithe money, known for robbing the congregation. Christ said there's nothing in the dark that won't come to light, man. Just watch. He's saying these leaders are they're liars and they're hypocrites. And just give it time, man. It will come to light, man. That's what YAHANNA is saying right here.
So like you see.
You hear about the Creflo dollars and the TD Jakes. But what's the one? Eddie Long, like I swear, he passed away now. He died of AIDS, you know what I mean? Because of sexual deviance. Christ said, just leave it, man. It will all come to light. You'll hear about his life. And the same thing happened in Christ's time. He said, do you know the scribes and Pharisees that lied on Christ, man? Lied on Christ in that same law that they claim to follow. He said, thou shalt not bear false witness, man. And they went into court and bore false witness. He said, I saw this man do this. I saw this man do that, man. Bore false witness, man. Christ, just leave. Give it time. And you see that these men ain't so righteous, man. Keep it in. Sorry, suck it.
It's okay now. It's fine.
So that's what Christ saying. The point Christ saying that basically, give it time, and you'll see that they're not the people who you think they are. You know what I mean?
So like I was gonna say, sir, if I could, it's so the time that we're living in now, right, is the same time as so. This is a reincarnation of ancient Egypt, right?
Let me tell you something. The Bible is a living book. There's nothing that you can't read in the Bible and relate it to today. There's nothing that we're going on back then to today. And everything exactly that you read in this Bible is happening today. You know what I mean? It's a regeneration. You read about fake pastors back then. Right. You can see fake pastors today. You hear about men teaching for gain back then. You see it today. You hear about men, you know, that are hypocrites and the leaders, and you see the same thing today. Homosexuality was back then, it's back here today. Right. There's brothers out there, you know, there's fake Israelites back then in the time of Christ, and there's fake Israelites today, man. The brother that left the truth today, and the brother that left the truth back then also. The brother that left the truth today, I started their own group, and the brother that left the truth back then, I started their own group. So when the Bible, Paul spoke about these men, man, it's all there, man. The Bible, what you call a living book, manifold, man. The prophecies that happened to David that also relate to YAHANNA. When David said the pierced my hands and feet, he's talking about himself, but also relates to Christ as well. Why? Because David was speaking in the spirit, man. You know what I mean? But again, as you keep coming class, you'll get it, man. I'll get the next question, please, one for sure.
There was one more verse on the on this question.
Oh, it's 3. Yeah, go on then.
Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. And that which ye have spoken in the air in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops.
Okay, so what's that saying? So Christ saying, whatever they do, it will come out. Whatever they learn and teach, it will come out, man. Then he flips it and said, likewise with you, whatever you learn in darkness, whatever you learn in class, whatever you learn on these classes and these StreamYards and the internet, man, you're gonna make sure everybody else hears it. Whatever you learn out there in private is what in class? You can't, any man can't rock up in class, man. So it's certain brothers that come class, any man can't come to the UPK. What you learn in class in darkness, you go out there and teach everybody. We have a class on Thursday, and on Saturday, we go out in the streets and teach everybody. We sit down in scripture breakdown class on Thursday with the brothers, and on Saturday, we go out there and tell the whole world. We go on internet and tell the whole world. We go on Clubhouse and TikTok and tell the whole world. Just like how their darkness comes to the light, what we learn in darkness comes to the light also. But on the flip side, if that makes sense.
You
understand me, yeah?
The next question was
anyone that Raban? What is that lag?
That's verse 3.
All right, cool. Let me get
there's a bit of a lag.
All right, give me that one, please, Babakisha. If you give me the second question. Babakisha.
The question reads, Lucky Adiwan, some Christians say Christ never dealt with the Apocrypha. Is there any scriptures to prove that he did or references to the Apocrypha?
Absolutely, man. Saying Christ, the Apocrypha is one book. You know what I mean? So it's the Old Testament, Apocrypha in the middle, then Jesus, the New Testament. You know what I mean? So we're gonna celebrate a feast day on Saturday. It's called the Feast of YAHANNA, the Feast of Dedication. It's called the Feast of Dedication. Why? Because the Greeks took our temple and put pig on the altar. You're gonna learn about it on Saturday, man. You're gonna learn about it on Saturday, and we kicked them Greeks out, killed them, took the pig off the altar, and we dedicated the temple. We dedicated the temple, and we call that day Feast of Dedication. And we said from now on, we're gonna have a feast called the Feast of Dedication, man. In fact, let me get there real quick. In the Apocrypha. 1 second. So we get the book of Maccabees. Let me see if we get it real quick. Bear with me.
What was the book of the one?
Slacker?
What was the book?
Now I'm trying to get the scripture where we dedicate the temples. Bear with me a second. 2, 6, boom, boom, boom.
Salakia. Yeah, there's also the precept in John 10 and 22.
Yeah, I'm going there. I just want to get the day of dedication.
The first Maccabees 4 verse 36.
4:36.
Cool.
All right, cool. Yeah, read that for me. First Maccabees 4 and 36.
Then said Judah and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up and cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
Okay, so we got back in the sanctuary, killed them disgusting Greeks, which would be Edomites today, or what you call white people. They killed them off and ran them out of there, man. And started to clean back up the sanctuary, take all the pig blood off, dash away the old menorah, get a new menorah. It's disgusting. Wipe it off, clean all the dead bodies, get it out there. Imagine you got a house and a man kicks you out your house, and when you come up for your house is totally different. Your house is no more your house no more. It's a place where he just smokes his weed. That was the temple, the place where we serve God. And when we got back, the temple was a place where they will have gym, have sports. That's what they done to our temple. It was a place where, like today, you see the old Victorian buildings today that are just libraries. Meaning what? It's a library now, but what it was built for wasn't initially that. But it's a library now. They did that to our temple. They took something that was holy to us and they turned it for, a place of business. Turned it to a library, a place to have sport and eat pig and so forth. So we killed them, man. We killed them. What you're about to read ain't Christian, but it's the Bible. We put a sword to their neck and killed them, man. Dragged the dead bodies out. Took all the pig out, man. All the idols broke it, got rid of it, man. Keep it in.
Like you said.
Go on.
Would the precept be for that when Christ went to the temple and turned over the tables?
Yeah, similar. Christ wanted the house of God pure, man. They weren't no nonsense, but the Greeks took it to another level. What Christ did, Christ went to the temple and beat black people. He beat black people that was, trying to make merchandise of other black people, trying to rob black people and, exchange the money rates on them and not giving fair money exchanges. That's what Christ did. But what Judas did right here was kill oppressors, man, that tried to take over.
Can't.
You know what I'm saying? But keep it in.
37. Upon this, all the hosts assembled themselves together and went up into Mount Zion. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate and the altar profaned, and the gates burned up, and the shrubs growing in the courts, as in a forest, or in one of the mountains. Yeah, and the priest chambers pulled down. They rent their clothes and made great lamentation. And
So imagine this. Imagine you come back to your home and it ain't how you left it, man. This was a whole. Imagine this. A man took your house over, and you got remember the front room. Who remembers the front room? If you're old enough to remember the front room, man. The front room is a place where you can't go on there with your shoes, you know. You can't walk on that precious carpet, man. You can't just bust. You can't use one of the glasses in the cabinet, in grandma's cabinet. You're crazy. And you come back, and guess what? Men are on grandma's carpet, man. Men are drinking from a precious cabinet, the box of cabinet, and drinking from them nice, precious cups, man. That's what we saw. We saw a land that we love so much, man. I started to cry. I started to bawl. I couldn't believe that this could happen, man. I started to cry, man. Keep it in.
Quran Khan. And fell down flat to the ground upon their faces, and blew an alarm with the trumpets, and cried toward heaven.
And you go, man, we blew alarms, started to cry. You know, this it's mad because when I read the Bible, like growing up, when I grew up, it's hard to see that black men can have so much love for each other, man. Like I grew up in a place where black people died, other black people don't even care. Other black people say, well, she had a gun. Well, she in gangs, that's it. It's mad to see that a man can bawl for black people. She cry like, oh my God, black people are dead. Oh my God, like all my life I heard stuff like, well, you know, black people can't get together, man. Listen, I don't know, but listen, when are black people gonna get together? It certainly happens. What the man say? I bet it's a black man, you know, black man with their teeth in crisis. It's mad to read the Bible and see black men that love each other, that don't say the things that I hear every day. A black man sees other black men die and cries his eyes out. A black man sees a black city trodden down and is crying his eyes out. When in 2022, we don't see that, man. A black man will come from Jamaica where it's, you know, it's rubble and horrible, and go to England and say, yes, I've made it. I made it out of that disgusting country, man. I'm in foreign now, man. You know, you lot are in Jamaica suffering. When Judah Soros suffering and cried, it's hard to, it blows my mind. And that only love, that same love you see in the UPK, it's the only place where black people love black people. Out there, no one loves black people, man. Keep it in.
Khan. Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress.
And Judas got certain men. Again, listen, the men of the Bible ain't no choir boys, man. They don't sing songs, man. Judas got certain men to do the job for him. Like, so you know what? It might be a 4-man job, a 5-man job. He got as much men as it needed to kill those in the fortress, man. Keep it in.
Khan. Until he had cleansed the sanctuary.
All right, so Judas cleansed the sanctuary, got it all clean, got it all changed up. Give me verse 56.
Khan. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days.
And they kept the dedication 8 days. They dedicated it for 8 days. Keep it in.
Khan, and offered burnt offerings with gladness, and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
These men kept a feast for 8 days, and let's see what they did with this feast that they kept for 8 days. Skip down to verse 56. So 59.
Khan. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days.
From when?
From the space of 8 days.
Judas sat down with his men and said, you know what? Thank God that we got back the temple, man. Thank God that we cleaned the temple, man. You know what? We're going to remember this day year to year, man, for 8 days. We're going to remember this day every single year. What happened? We almost got wiped out. You know how the white man has Remembrance Day? He remembers the day where he almost got wiped out. He remembers the day that he was victorious over his enemies. And Judas sat down with his brothers, man. So you know what? We're going to keep this every single year, man, from year to year. Drop that.
So lucky.
What one?
That's heavy, you know, because we don't even have no Remembrance Day as black people, you know.
Yes, we do. Saturday we got one. Saturday we got one. So you better dead Christmas. Saturday we got to remember. We got a day when black people almost was killed and eradicated. We got a day where the white man almost took over our land and we killed them and got it back. And we're gonna remember that, man. Listen, we don't need no poppy on the left side of our chest. You just come down on Saturday, 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, and buy yourself a nice garment, man. You come here and get fed, and we're gonna party, and we're gonna remember the death of our enemies, man. Just like how the white man, the British, remember the death of the Nazis, they remember the death of the Japanese, and the death of the Germans. We're gonna remember the death of the Greeks, man, that tried to take our land, man. Give me John 10 and 22.
So like you said, I didn't mean it like that. I meant as in black
No,
people.
I'm being funny. It's like carry on. I'm being funny, man. I watch that. I don't. You mean as a people? You mean as black people in the world? We ain't got a day of our own.
That's right. Yeah.
What we don't know is yes, we do. We gotta remember this day, man. In fact, we got quite a few. We got a day that we remember the death of the Hamites and Africans. It's called the Passover, and we got another one, man. We got another remembrance day when we killed them Greeks, man. The disgusting Greeks. Go on.
It's like John 2:10.
John 10 and 22. 10 22, I believe.
22.
All right. John 10, 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication.
Read that again.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication.
What feast of dedication? Why the New Testament talking about? It's a apocrypha ain't valid. Then why in the New Testament are they keeping a feast that's mentioned in the apocrypha?
Right.
In Jerusalem, in the New Testament, book of John, it mentioned the feast of dedication. What feast of dedication? The day that we dedicated after killing the Greeks, man. The apocrypha is valid. Listen, ain't no Christian can tell me different from what the UPK have taught me, man. No Christian can teach me anything, man. And that's what they can't teach us anything. The only thing they've taught us was lies, man. They taught us Christ was white and the angels were white. Everything we teach in the UPK is solid, man. The Apocrypha is authentic, man. The Apocrypha is approved of God, man. And how do we know? We're reading it right here. The Feast of Dedication is something that happened during the time of the Maccabees, which is mentioned in the Apocrypha. And guess what? In the future, Christ's men are celebrating that same holy day. That same holy day that was mentioned where? Memorial Day, Slovakia. They're keeping that same Memorial Day that was mentioned in the Apocrypha. Read that again.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter.
And it was what?
Winter.
And what season are we in right now, man? What season are we in right now, man? Wait 1 second.
Cotton season, other one. It's a cotton in London.
Boy, it's cold as no joke, man.
Cold down here, boy. My feet were cold a little while ago in the road, man. Cold, and I got heaters on, you know. On a lucky day in Manchester, you don't catch no snow yet.
Yeah. No, definitely feeling the colder. What temperature is it down in London?
Boy, don't get some 0.
Yeah. And what season is it right now, man? It's winter. And they said what? They said, what did Judah say? We're gonna keep it year to year in its season. Meaning what? Next year it's gonna be in the same season, and the year after that's gonna be in the same season. And even in the time of Christ, man, it was a feast of dedication. And when was it? It was a winter, man. It was a winter. So this apocrypha is valid, man. In fact, there's no such thing as the apocrypha, man. Just the Bible. The white man took it out and called it the apocrypha. That's why we know it as the apocrypha. But originally, it's one book, man. You get me? All right, read that again one more time.
John 10, verse 22.
Go on.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter.
Look at that, man. These brothers are keeping the feast of dedication in Jerusalem, in the capital, man. Meaning what they didn't take this lightly, the big capital, and they're keeping the feast of dedication, man. Christ remember the days that the Greeks tried to take us over, and he kept it. If you call yourself a Christian and you're Christ-like, then you should be doing it too, man. I know I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do this. Like, I know I'm gonna be 7 o'clock Saturday. You know what I mean? Drinking all the liquor, all the Jamaican fruit punch, and all the food. I can the fried chicken, you know.
Yeah,
I'm good. The fried chicken gonna be there, you know.
Yeah, man, me there.
So like, you know what? I'm lying. I don't know the theme. I'm chatting shit. Sorry. I don't assume. I just assume fried chicken was there.
So like you said, if
what I do know is it's gonna be a bad one.
You just gave it all away, Salakia. Fruit
I don't
punch,
know the theme.
everything.
No, the sister looking at me like, you said fried chicken. Like, oh, what's the theme? What's the theme? The theme is Mediterranean. Whatever it is, it's gonna bang anyway. You know what I mean? I'll be there.
That's fair.
As always.
Eating all the food, drinking all the liquor, having all the brotherhood, getting all the laughs, killing brothers on cards, killing Ra'al with his Manchester rules on blackjack. I don't know where he gets some rules from.
Right.
Having a ball of the time, playing Luigi. Do what we do best, man. So lucky, you know the ones there, hugging brothers that from another city that I ain't seen in a couple of weeks. You know the ones there. You know what I mean? Seeing brothers give that firm pound, that good one. Man, I'm reminiscing now. You know, wonderful time. I'll be there, man. You know what I mean? Keep it in, Baba Kushar.
Quran Khan, verse 23. And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
Ooh, look, it's a feast of dedication. And Yahushua in the temple, man. You didn't stay at home in the temple. Why? Because that's where you keep the feast, man. You keep the feast in the temple with everybody else. That's why it's called a holy convocation where brothers get together, man. And he went to Solomon's. Anyone know why it's called Solomon's porch? Or anyone know what a porch even is? Nah,
sir.
All right. The temple, if you look it up in any history, the temple was not just a building. Today, they make it like a temple of one building, a big church. The temple back then was like a college campus. You know how you got the entrance and you got the auditorium and the cafeteria. It was like buildings inside of a building, in the holies of holies. So you had something called Solomon's porch within that temple. That's how big it was. It wasn't just a one building like what people think it is. It was a massive building. And you can look it up, get our Bible dictionary, look it up, and they'll show you something similar. But that's what it was. So in the temple, there's something called Solomon's porch. You know, a walkway to another building, which they call Solomon's porch. You know what I mean? Is that it on that?
Then the Jews came around. Yeah, probably that's it. Yeah.
10:22. Let me see.
Yeah, that's it on that one. Another one.
All right, cool. So yeah, any more questions? Type it in. You know what I mean? What's Zarpan saying about teeth in companies? They're saying, trust me.
Saying them gas companies, man.
Gas companies make money this time of year, you know. Why?
Mm-hmm.
It's for them, but yo. All right, cool. Give me Baruch 4-1. Bob Kushar. Bro, maybe 5 degrees in Manchester. -5 degrees.
-5.
-5.
Yo,
Manchester.
Honestly, you know, some countries in Russia is -30 degrees. You know?
So lucky if I may, sir, I was thinking Raubam's a little bit lighter, you know what I mean? Look like the caller touch him a little piece up there.
I'm feeling the cold today, man.
So advice for you, man, yeah, drive safe, man. So I don't want to see no man driving across the window with one circle in the middle. Trying to drive to slavery, man. Make sure that windscreen is fully uncovered, man. I don't want to see a man to kind of drive for a one circle. You get me? You should go properly, man. You get me? Wait. If you're gonna be late for slavery, be late. But you know what I mean. You can't. Your life is valuable here, man. Don't race down to slavery. And if you crash now, to find somebody else, man. We can't find them. Priests are valuable. You know what I mean? These that don't care about you, but we do, man. So let's take time, yeah. Where we at? Group 4-1, yeah.
Khan. Book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
And the group saying this Bible right here is the book of the commandments of God.
Right.
You know, commandments are do's and don'ts, man. Commandments ain't suggestions. Commandments ain't something you can do if you want to. Commandments say, you know what I mean, you can if you want. I would advise you to. Nah. The commands, man. Like, so, and who gets commandments? Soldiers do. Listen, Every time I see brothers in the church, I'm like, bro, what Bible are you reading, man? God don't want choir boys, God wants soldiers. Just look at the Bible. Just read the Bible. Commandments. Pure commandments, soldiers, man. When the Bible says cast demons out, to cast don't mean to cry and pray and hold them, man. If I cast a stone through your window, it means I'll throw force, strong, a stone through your window. And likewise, you get demons off by being strong. That's how you get demons off you. You can't stop smoking cigarettes by praying. You can't stop smoking cigarettes by being a nice guy. You start smoking cigarettes by being harsh, man, and going to war with yourself. Everything about the Bible is masculine. And Christians read this Bible and somehow turn these men to homosexual. I can't fathom what Bible they're reading, because the Bible is nothing but masculine, man. You get me? The Bible goes, this is the book of commandments, the book of laws which you must follow, man. Do's and don'ts. Soldiers get commands to go out there and bomb other cities. Soldiers get commands to stand down. Soldiers get commands to go and guard the city. Those are commandments, man. You know what that means, black man? Not eating pork is a commandment, something that you must do. Not being a homosexual, something that you must do. A woman must not abort her baby, man.
That's right.
A woman must listen to her husband, man. A man must not leave his woman. Those are commandments, man.
Right.
There's no getting around it. It's something you must do. That's it. Like, you must not run a red light. You can't run a red light, man. Else you're gonna get a ticket. Else you're gonna get your license revoked, man. Else you're gonna get points. And likewise, God's laws are exactly the same. You can't do it, man. Keep it in.
Another one, come. And the Lord that endureth forever.
And the Lord is what?
And the Lord that endureth forever.
And the Bible goes, our law endures forever, man. It's 2022, our laws still endure, man. Christ did not do away with our law. Why would Christ do away with something that's so good, man? Something that fixes the black community. He has it, man. What you don't understand is that, let me tell you something. Satan is the God of the Christian church, man. Satan is the God of the Christian church. And let me tell you something. Breaking his laws is the reason why we're on the bottom. Breaking the laws is the reason why black people are in the position that we are in today.
That's right.
Selling drugs, eating crab, shrimp, and lobster. And any man that tells you to break the laws of God is of Satan, man. Any organization, any industry that tells you it's okay to break the laws of God is of Satan. Jesus Christ did not do away with the laws, man. And we're going to get them scriptures and show you that Christ did not do away with the laws. In fact, Christ kept them same commandments, man, and told brothers to keep the same commandments. Give me Matthew 5:17, Baba Shah, in the New Testament.
So, lucky, sir.
Go on.
Would you say that's the witchcraft that the weapon that the church is using against black people? Would you say that's
absolutely, man? Black Christianity is different from white Christianity, and black Christianity makes us soft. Black Christianity makes us sinners, makes us horrible people. Imagine you're a horrible sinner, man, and you can easily pick up the Bible and change. But you got Christians telling you what God made you this way. You got Christians telling you no one's perfect. We all fall from grace sometimes. Why would you change, man? Christian church is an evil organization.
That's
black man, you better run from that place, man. Why would any man put cigarettes down if he was born this way? If God loves him no matter what. God loves the sinner but hates the sin. All that garbage is there. Why would he change, man? You got to come to UPK, man. Let me tell you something. When it comes to changing your life, it hurts, man. We will tell you some things. It's going to burn. It's going to hurt, man. You hear some home truths going to hurt. But guess what? You're going to save your life, man. You're going to put the cigarette down, put the weed down. You're going to stop being a horrible person. Stop hating your brother. Stop killing your brother, man. The truth hurts, man. It does hurt, but makes you a better person. The Christian church will lie to you and tell you nothing's wrong with you. You was made this way. And it feels all nice and lovely. But guess what, black man? Even though you feel nice and loving, postcode wars are still going to continue. Knife crime is still going to continue. Black women are still going to be crying for their dead children, man. Still going to be crying for dead children. Babies are still going to be aborted. But hey, no one's feelings are going to be hurt, man.
So like you said. So what if I may, just one more. What is witchcraft? What is witchcraft, if I may?
All right, witchcraft. All right, because of Disney and Hollywood, witchcraft today is a man or a woman with a pot, stirring up some potion. But according to the Bible, witchcraft is selling drugs. Witchcraft is also hypnosis. Witchcraft, hypnosis can make you believe something that's not true. Christianity is the exact same way.
Right.
Like, imagine when you say God don't love everybody, what's the first thing people say? What about John 3:16? First thing they say, these are men that's never read the Bible in their life, don't go church, or somehow they come with, what about John 3:16? Imagine you don't know nothing in the Bible, but everyone knows, for God so loved the world that gave only begotten son. Why? That is witchcraft. It's something that from you was born, you've been programmed over and over. Hypnotize, we talk to you over and over again. That's in your mind, it's embedded in you. That is real witchcraft. Witchcraft ain't a spell and a potion. Being programmed and saying, what about John 3:16? That's witchcraft. That's a spell on you.
That's true.
A spell. It's not a wave of one, but it's a spell. Something that a drop of a hat. Boom. Witchcraft. We think a love potion. Witchcraft. Nah, drugs is, man. Drugs is that potion. Back in ancient days, you had to go to a witch, man, and get yourself a love potion. Nowadays, you go get what's called Molly or something like that. You put in a girl's drink and you can have sex with them, man. Yeah, that's real witchcraft. You know, witches don't exist, man. With the broomstick and the garbageness. They're alive today. God said, "Do not suffer a witch to live." A witch ain't no Harry Potter, man. There's a black man in your ends with a big body demon, man. The black man in your ends with that big chain. That's the witch, man. And we don't even know it. Why? Because of Christianity. Because of Hollywood and all that nonsense there. You know, a witch will give you a potion to explore your mind. And guess what? We do it today, man. We give you that weed. It's a good weed, man. You smoke this. What's the day say Thursday? You smoke this, and you wake up Sunday. You do that stuff to, calm your nerves, explore your mind, to escape reality. The Rastafarians say they say it all the time. So they get on a higher level, man. And guess what? They're witches and they don't even know it, man. They're witches, don't even know it. Back in there, you go to these men and pay them for a spell, and now guess what? You pay your drug man for that same spell, that same potion. So wizardry and witchcraft could be drug deals, and even what you see on the TV. That's witchcraft as well. Even the Christian church, what they push and get in your mind, that's witchcraft also. Hypnosis, programming to make you think a certain way.
It kind of
black people under witchcraft of loving white people, love white people.
That's right. That's true.
I don't even know it, man. I've been doing this street for quite some time now. Every time I say, "Yo, black man, God loves you," God loves black people. What about white people?
Just true.
I've never heard a man say, "Yo, but what about Chinese? What about Africa?" Never. It's what about white people?
That's right.
White people.
That's right.
Don't know it, man.
They don't even know it.
Society is programmed. Their family was born and seeing Spider-Man, who's a white man. Seeing Superman, who's a white man. Seeing all these white people, and in his mind, white people are great. And when a man talking about God loving black people, I didn't say, you know what I mean? He didn't say the God of white people also, or straight away about white people, not Chinese, not Arabs, not my auntie, not what about my uncle, not what about my granny, what about white people? And that right there, witchcraft on our people. That's
the one that's appreciate it.
That's a spell on our people. You know what I mean? So get another question for you, please, the Bible.
I don't know. Let's see. So it says Salakia. When it says cast out demons like drugs or mental health, what does it mean?
Okay, to cast out demons is again what we do in the UPK, man. The brother got a smoking demon on him. We cast it out, man. We don't hold him and so forth. Sometimes that brother gets put on a regime, man. You tell him, listen, the money that you got to buy cigarettes, give it to us. Sometimes you get checked so bad. Sometimes you get checked so bad about the demons leaves. You get checked so hard, you don't want cigarette no more, man. You know what I mean? That's what it means to cast out demons. You know, my brother might give you a regime and say, right, 6 o'clock sharp, phone me. You phone me, all right. Just checking that you're up. So I know you're bullshitting me. Go out there on the treadmill, go out there in the field and go run. You know what I mean? Burn that steam off, man. Since you got an angry demon, you go burn that steam off. And you know what? Record it for me as well. I want to make sure you're doing it, man. You record it and so forth. And over time, your progress gets better. And that demon leaves you, man. And that's how you cast out demons, by being harsh, man. Not by praying and hoping. This is something that beats like the Christian church. The Christian church tell you you got a smoking demon, they tell you to pray on it. Can you believe that? Imagine your cigarettes. I would never smoke, but apparently there's a reason why smokers smoke, because it feels good. And you're praying that one day this thing don't feel good no more. That is ridiculous. Can you imagine that? Something that feels so good, the nicotine rush, the pull, it feels beautiful. And you're praying that one day I'm gonna just not like it no more. Yes. And that's the people that we go to for advice. That is ridiculous. Let me get a scripture quick.
Them Christians are just stupid. That's just so lucky, if I may, sir. Just to believe in, like, you know, praying and, you know, it's all gonna go away without taking no precautions or no measurements to ensure that it's gonna, you know, leave you. You know what I mean? The Bible says, was it faith without works is dead, right?
You're gonna get there, man. Someone give me Matthew 17, about 15.
God. Book of Matthew chapter 17 verse 15.
I can hold your point. I've got scripture for it as well. Remember what you said, right?
Can't.
Matthew chapter 17 verse 15. Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed.
Again, there's a man that had a son, and his son had a demon on him, and he came to your house, like, Lord, please, man, like, help him. My son's a lunatic. Lunatic, what you tell you call a man with mental health or a madman. This is demons in the Bible. He's letting you know a demon is not your head spinning around. It's not your on the roof. And don't be sure you watch the demon on the roof. That's not a demon, man. A demon is behavior problems, anger issues.
Right.
A demon can be jealousy. A demon can be cigarettes and drugs and things that you're addicted to that you shouldn't be. Addictions. That's a demon also, man. You got brothers that just love to fight, man. Just love to fight. They go out there just angry. Come on, man. Growing up, I knew brothers like that, man. Just love to fight, man. Fuck looking at, man. Just angry. And some girls too, man. Woo. There's a show out there with the bad girls club and the black girls just fighting all day and weeds popping up. I just love to fight, man. Argue, like, just argue for no reason. Come on and fight me. Bra pop-offs. I don't know what the problem is. Just love to fight. There's demons. And it's mad because, imagine this, there's so much ways to deal with a problem. And these women, the only thing they can think of is fighting. I just can't. You ever heard about it? Someone so pissed me off. You know what? Come and fight. I'm thinking there's so much ways to do one thing, but all you want to do is just fight. That's someone full with demons, man. You know what I mean? Keep it in.
And so vexed, for oft times he falleth into the fire, and oft into the water.
And the Bible goes often. This boy falls in the fire and falls into water. This is demon. This is demons right here. This Bible is not a book about fairy tales. This is a demon right here. Did anyone know what it's called if you jump in fire? What's it called? If you this boy here got a demon, and he's a lunatic, he's a madman, and the demon in him makes him jump in fire and jump in water. It's like it's called suicide.
Right.
That's the demon we're dealing with. It's not out of this world. It's not crazy. It's not puking up green flame. It's something that we deal with every day. But thanks to Christianity, we believe that snakes talk. We believe that demons is like a zombie. When these demons are things that we deal with all the time, this brother here wants to kill himself, man. He wants to commit suicide. Another word is what? Self-harm. Self-harm, suicide. These are the things that we deal with, man. Keep it in.
And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him.
And he gave him to the disciples, and they couldn't cure him. And you know what I mean? Like in UPK, if you got a question for an officer you can't answer, the officer will ask someone higher up. And this man doing the same thing, saying, listen, the disciple could do nothing, so I'll come to you. Keep it in.
Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you?
And
Bring him hither.
Christ's disciples, they weren't learned just yet. They were called disciples for a reason. Disciple means a student. And Christ had 12 disciples, and later on in life, they became 12 apostles. Apostles mean teacher. So likewise, man, you're a trooper in the school. Don't sweat it, man. You won't be trooping forever. You're a trooper in the school, you know what I mean? You're going to get checked, man. You're going to get told, listen, you're not better than this, man. You can't do that. I taught you before, man. Christ did it to his men. You look at Peter and Paul and all Christ's great men. They started off where you started off. They started off in all black. They were all there. They couldn't get the demon out, man. Ain't no sweat, man. That's why you got a man that you can go to. That's why you got a camp leader that you can call, man. We've all done it. That goes out there to all you, what's it called, self-righteous fake Israelites, man. They want to set up your own camp, man. That's the problem. These men don't want to be under no one. When the disciples of Christ, these great men that was under Christ, man, died for the word of Christ, man. They was once under someone. They once didn't know all the breakdowns, but they got it in the end, man. That's why it's called the Israelite School of UPK. In the school, man, you will learn. Just like how the disciples didn't know at this time. Christ checked them, like, look, man, you don't know. He called them what? A faithless generation, saying, listen, you man, I taught you, man, already, man. You can't break this down. Listen, pastor here, man. They got checked, man.
Salakia.
Go on.
So basically, the disciples here, right? They had a demon that they was brought to them to a person with a demon possessed that they were supposed to deal with, right? They couldn't deal with it. I mean, how would I mean? I know you say here programs, you know, go on the running machine or you know what I mean, check them up so they you know what I mean they don't carry on bunnying or doing them things there. But back then in those days there, right? Is that the same kind of thing they were doing?
Same kind of thing. So this man had a demon and he was brought to the disciples, and the disciples just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it, man.
Dude,
You ever try to fix someone not listening? You tell us to be quiet and talking, and still talking over. You couldn't do it, man.
Right.
But then Christ, that man with experience that he could do it. Everyone listened to him. Everyone like, oh shit, we listen to him, man. This man got it. You see, you know that you come in the truth, you're learning, and you go to camp, you're speaking, but your speaking ain't so strong.
Right.
Ain't so strong as the man that's been doing it before you. The man that's doing it before you, he gets on the mic, everyone listens, everyone. Oh. You got in the mic now, people shouting over you. You ain't there yet. That's what disciples are doing. They knew that Christ said, listen, how long have I been with you? Meaning, in class with Christ, they knew the breakdowns, they knew exactly what to do, but they just weren't strong enough yet. Yahushua, he had it. He had it, man. Like sometimes you gotta go to the man above you, man. So like, man, you know, how, in a situation like this in the future, how I deal with it. I thought I had it, I didn't really have it, man. They didn't teach you, man. You know, the brothers that come to class, young brothers come to class and they learn the breakdowns and they do the office test. And their first class is a bit shaky, man. They're learning still, they're a bit like, you know, like, you get me that. It's a bit slow and everything, but they get in there. That was the disciples. They knew it, but they was getting there. Then the next manager behind them would sit down, boom, questions. You know what I mean? Don't even come with a top prepared sometimes, just get it. And Christ was at that level, and those men that needed a breakdown present. You know what I mean? That's where that makes sense.
If I may, sir, Salakia. So when Christ rebuked him, right? Salakia, when it said and Jesus rebuked the devil, that didn't say. Does that mean Jesus put him on a smoking program?
No, not just. Remember, I said casting out a devil can be something like that. It can make a man push himself. Sometimes checking the man, makes him feel guilty, and you know what, I can do better. It don't say, but in this instance, Christ checked the demon. He rebuked him. Rebuked me to check him. But we're gonna get there.
Right. Okay. Can't. I got you. Can't, sir. The water.
Can't. And Jesus rebuked the devil.
Can't.
And he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour.
See that very hour? I mean, so a Christian will make out like you say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and the demon comes out.
Right.
See that same hour? Christ checked this man. It could have been for half an hour, could have been for 50 minutes, could have been for 45. He checked this man, rebuked him strongly, man. And listen, man, you just sit around in UPK, man. So lucky you get one of these council. You're standing for the generals, just getting checked for 45 minutes. Listen, you won't do it again yourself, man. So lucky, 45 minutes, like, are you stupid? You simple? Get checked. So hold on, and making you feel guilty. That's what you did that. What kind of man are you? Saying, shit, listen, you're as well, man. Christ rebuked him. So you know what I mean? What do you think you're doing? Jumping in water, jumping in the fire. You better get yourself together, man. If I'm in love with you, know what are you doing? Who knows what Christ said? But he rebuked him. Rebuked him strong. And that same hour, the demon come out of him. You know what I mean? That's what it means to rebuke. Not about holding your hands on the man and it disappears, man. You know? So again, that's what a demon is. And that's how you cast out demons. Cast means get it. So if you could get the definition of cast on the screen for you, please, Sharp.
Like like Benny Hill, sir, on some joke team.
Yeah. When you go to the army, man, you see the movie. You go to the army and you get the sergeant in your face. Do I make myself clear? You're getting checked, man. Like, oh shit. You ain't do that again. Like, I got told off cold, man. You go away feeling down and what? I ain't do that again. That was silly, man. That's what it means to rebuke, man. So, Robert, can you zoom in?
Come on.
All right, what's the first definition?
To cause to move or send something forth by throwing. So like he casting a.
There you go, man. To send, it's a cause to move or send something with force. With force, man. Cast. The word cast is an aggressive word. It's a masculine word. When a Christian goes, because I cast a demon, it doesn't sound right. Cast is an aggressive word. It's something it must do with force. And Christians don't have force, and that's why they can't cast out demons. They're not equipped for casting out demons, man. That's why homosexuals are on their choir. That's why women that abort their babies go there Sunday. That's why they're going to be Christmas in the church, because the pastor's too scared to tell people you can't do that. So what I do is shut his mouth and, you know, I'm not saying nothing, you know, boy, I don't want to lose my congregation, you know. Let me just keep quiet, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what the Christians do not equipped to cast out any demons.
Do you need any more definitions, sir?
No, that's the one. Is that Oxford or what? Which was that?
That's Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Come on, man. You need some American tea, but I'm joking. I think Oxford got a better definition. Well, one that I like anyway. It says to use with force, what I believe. Where were we anyway? Keep it in.
We're in Matthew 17 verse.
All right, Alba, you had a question as well, yeah?
No.
Not Alba, sorry, Akian.
Yeah, I was gonna say like well, I know that's how you check brothers, right? And I know how we get checked. You know what I mean? So like you know, I've experienced those type of things myself. But how do you check sisters? I mean, you know, you can't check them like brothers, right? You have to check them a different way. Or, I mean, is there any given way that we do it in the UPK? Or
again, speak to you, Cap Leader. There's no, in the truth, there's no borderline way. You know what I mean? Some brothers are this way. Some people need to be spoken to this way. Some people need to be spoken that way. There's no way like, oh, this is how you know what I mean? Some brothers, you know, it's like anything. Like you got a son and you want to toughen him up. Some kids need a bit of encouragement. You know what I mean? Some need a bit of this, some need a bit of that. It's not a borderline thing. There's no textbook way how to do it. You know what I mean? It's like going to camp. Sometimes when you're at camp, to get the crowd in, like say you got a crowd that is mainly a woman camp, you talk about abortions, you talk about leaving your man. And if you got a crowd that's mainly a masculine crowd, you say something else to get the men in. There's no borderline way how to get the crowd in.
But but because earlier on you said about the weaker vessel, right? That kind of, you understand where I'm coming from? I'll get you. Listen,
for damn right, you gotta have your woman do what you do. You know what I mean? But women have to get checked nonetheless. We all do, else we won't change. People have to be told when they're wrong nonetheless. But again, you're not gonna give a woman a regime that you would do yourself. You know, you're gonna let her lift 2 tons because you can lift 2 tons. But nonetheless, like children got to be disciplined too. But you don't lock children in jail. Children got to get disciplined too. They can't do what they want. But children don't go for what grown men go through. Children don't pay hefty fines and don't go jail and have the food taken away from them. They get chastised, they get taught in a teaching that's suitable for children. You feel me?
I got you.
Children don't get 30 years in jail. You know what I mean? And children don't get 30 lashes and, you know, thrown in a dungeon like grown men do. But nonetheless, children mess up and they get taught around and they get changed. You know, you give them, you give them the 2-finger slap. If only that existed in my day, I can. Imagine
2-finger slap.
Imagine that. Imagine being a 2-finger slap growing up. Life would be so much easier. But nonetheless, kids get beaten and they don't do it again. But kids don't get thrown in a dungeon. Grown people do though. Kids don't get their electric chair. Grown people do though. Kids don't go into court stand up before a judge and so forth. Grown people do. But again, just you know.
But Salakia, Jamaican parents don't really know the difference of the ones. Salakia, they're on some next level.
Black parents,
next level.
I've heard students. I heard their stories from Judites, from Issacharites, and black parents was the same all over the board. I don't know. I think it's slavery. We learned beating from slavery. Like I felt great grandparents saw the beating from a slave master, and they thought, oh, I guess that's how you listen to people. And then your grandma said, oh, that's these people, and it passed to your parents and blah blah blah. And we just think, well, it's done. It's my mum did it, and it's cold out there, man. Like slave master will whip us, and our parents literally whipped us. You get hit with a belt, you're being whipped. You hit with extension cord, you're being whipped. We literally went through, got slave-like punishment. And the same person that told us that was putting his kid on the notice step and confiscating the toys and 2-finger slapping him and grounding. And we was fucking slave torturing our children.
Slave stuff.
We was lashing him. You ever heard that extension cord cut through the air? My children, I really don't know what I'm doing. Well, a basic slipper would have been okay. And he said, a regular slipper would have been okay.
Salakia, I know a man that said, Salakia, I know a man that said, had to tell his mom, I'm your son, you know, to bring him back to reality, bring the mother back to reality.
If you listen to some parents, they'll tell you, we talk about it like a trophy. I don't business, you know, I don't care if it's nighttime. The parents out there that wake their kids out of bed to beat them, you know. I've heard a woman say, my mom used to let the shit, I don't say nothing, keep quiet. One day, just catch me in bed and start giving beating. I thought, what kind of torture is this? That's not even beating, that's torture. I've even heard a man say his mom will beat him and chase him around the house with salt, so the salt will hit his wounds and so forth. And that is slave torch right there.
That's right.
A man by the name of Thomas Thistlewood. And Thomas Thistlewood would whip Jamaican slaves and then rub Scotch bonnet into their wounds. That's a fact. That's what it comes from. So when I hear a man say my parents did beat me and then changed from the house of vinegar, like that they used to do. Slaves would get beaten for dropping eggs, and you got beaten for dropping eggs. Imagine you got beaten for wetting the bed, man. Imagine slaves got beaten for dropping eggs. You know what it's called when you drop eggs? It's called a mistake. And you got beaten for pissing in the bed, which is also a mistake. What kid really wakes up and goes, I'm gonna go piss this bed, you know? The mistake? A lot of people that beaten for it's lucky one.
Can't select it because there's a part in the scriptures that says, you know, minstrous women, breed monsters or something like that.
That's correct. That's correct. But this is the bad thing. That scripture is true. Minstrous women raise gangbangs and everything. But guess what? Our father was just as bad as well. My dad told me how your mum will beat you and they tell you that as well. So you get beat on the door. So one second.
It's lucky when my dad came across, I got mercy. I got mercy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I ain't get the same treatment.
What? I got licks, album.
I was alright. I was the one.
I got licks.
I made it through.
Boy, you made it through with that psychological damage. I got psychological damage I'm carrying.
Yeah. I'm lucky I was a good kid, man.
What's that? It's scarred. Yeah.
I got some psychological. I got licks I still feel now when I think about it. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know what the problem was back then. My father told me how your mum would beat her and she wait to tell you that. And you get the next beating. You know in the Bible you can't do that. In fact, you can't beat a man twice. I think with Christ got slapped in his face. And so he goes, you slapped me already? You can't do that, man. You can't beat a man twice. I heard if your mum beat you with something, your dad beat you with something harder. And when you're sleeping, like surely a man sleeping gets a pass. Hey, a man in his bed must get a pass. Nah, man. The smart to sleep will wake you up, man. And it's true, like big man think like that will make me ask, do you love me for true? Like it's parenting all about beating. And you know, for black people, parenting is all about beating. Like you're a great parent and how much you beat your child. And don't tell me I'm lying, it's true. You hear parents boast about it. The other day, you know, you think you text me like that? I just hold on, put him in, business, you know, and all these boasts about it. I don't play that, you know. This black parenting back then was all about how good you was with your kids, and that's the answer to everything. I'll beat my son in front of the queen, you know. Beat. I don't care, you know. I go down to school, you know, and I'll grab him. And before that, great parenting was just how good we can beat our children. That was it. That was great parenting. If you the hardest beater, it's like I said.
Now I was gonna say the same thing that like it's like they thought it was a good thing just to beat you anyway when that's embarrassing. I mean, they thought I don't care if he's around his friends, I'll beat me in front of his friends. Yeah. You just shut up, don't mess with me, and you are embarrassing. Like that's not helping.
That was parenting. That was showing friends like, you're good parenting. Not you paying for this and paying to teach them and bonding with them. Just beating. That was it. Not, you know, I read my son a bedtime story, you know. I do this, I pay for this, and I make sure it's the best. I make sure it's what I didn't have, you know. I brought myself time, even though I ain't got it. Strictly beat. I speak to two black parents talking, and yeah, beat me, you know. But that boast all the time. But nah, man, give it to me, and I just do this and that. Boxing here. Remember what they said? I take the place they control, but I chop him with it, you know. And he made friends like, and I thought they were deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, man.
Taking them on.
I don't care, you know. Any police will come to my door. He's getting it right in front of the police. Who's ever heard that one before? He's getting it right in front of the teacher, you know. I don't rap, you know. And in their mind, wow, they were great parents. And that was parenting in the 90s. That was a badge. And that was it, man. So lucky. Well, again, that's psychological trauma and that. And how can you shake it off, man? You'll be all right, man. So,
no, I'm too up. It's just memories, you know what I mean? Nah, I'm too up, man. I'm too up now.
And also, what you realize is from that, because the parents were so violent to them, their kids end up being violent too, robbing people, beating people for nothing. And then the parents like, you know, what's wrong with him when really it's you? You're the problem. You're violent, and that's why your son's violent.
That's true.
You can't figure it out. You think, well, I need to be violent more. And really, that's what you need to stop doing.
No, that's absolutely true, man. And you know, the other way, it's like the Bible goes, do not spare the rod. And we heard that for, oh my God, the Bible says don't spare the rod, which is true. Sometimes you gotta go there, man. But the other ways to punish, man.
If I
The
may,
other
so
way that can listen, you can kill a kid. I mean, kill him and don't put a finger on him. Take away that PlayStation. Oh my god. I mean, take away the PlayStation. I mean, take it away. Not take it away for a day and then feel sad and give it back. I mean, take it away. Oh my god. That can do something that a curtain wire can't do.
can't.
I mean, what you tell him you can't go outside. And he draw the curtain wire and sees kids playing. And he goes outside, no. Go outside, no. And you listen, that can fix any child, man.
And see, look,
next time a child thinks about coming in late, you think about, nah, man, last time I missed out on them nice sunny days, man. There's no part for me, no PlayStation. The times you gotta go there, don't run. Times you gotta beat them, man. But there's other ways that you can also discipline. Beating ain't always the only way. And the reason, what's the proof? It didn't work. The same men in jail, ask him, you get beaten, yes. The same men on drugs, you get beaten, yes. The same black men killing other black men, ask them, you get beaten.
That's true.
Yes?
That's true. That's true.
So beating didn't work, man. There's other ways, man.
Go on. And so like you said, and what the Christian church always taught them, and the scriptures that our parents used was spare not the rod, yeah. Basically spare, and they literally thought it meant a rod, like a physical piece of wood or iron, or that's what they thought it was. When like up today we see it as, like you just said, computer, PlayStation,
yeah, man,
you know, those type of things.
Spare the rod means don't spare the discipline, man. Like what mainly women do, and some men do it too. You know, you got yourself, you know, a beautiful son or daughter, man. You know, you love him, man. And they're rude, but because it's so nice, you feel like, let it slide, man. The Bible saying, do not spare the rod, don't spare that discipline.
That's right.
Discipline. And the Bible doesn't actually talk about beating. It does. I'm lying, so it goes, beat them on their cries, man. And don't worry about their crying, they ain't gonna die. It does. I'm not gonna say it don't, but sparing the rod don't just mean beating them, man. There's other ways that you can discipline children, ways that will hurt more than any curtain wire, man. Any shoe or whatever you beat the kids with, way more. Way more. You know what I mean? But
and so like you said,
go on.
And it doesn't damage. And the way I suppose we've been taught in here now how to like discipline our children is to discipline them, but to keep their confidence at the same time.
And you know, that's so key. It's so key. Never in your life will you hear a child, ever in your life, hear a child say, I'm traumatized, man. What happened? Boy, my parents grounded me, you know, when I was 5, you know. I am in the same sense. Is that you right? That's the way you can discipline them and don't destroy them, man. You never in your life hear a man say, oh, I'm ruined, man. What happened? I took about a PlayStation, you know, when I was about 7. When I was about 7, I ain't in the same sense. Never in your life. When you hear a brother say, yo, my dad used to beat me for no reason, you know. He used to beat me up cold and beat me this. I've never been the same ever since. You love your children, right? You don't destroy them. You don't want them to be different from everybody else, and you're the cause of it. Imagine your child is socially awkward. It's weird and it's not the same, not how it should have been. And you're the reason for that. You're the reason why he ain't that way. You've never heard a child say, I ain't the same. What happened? Oh, I got too much groundings, you know. I got sent to my bed too much times. Never, man. When you hear children say, you know what? I ain't the same. A lot of people are angry and fight each other. When you find out to say, I've been beaten a lot and I got to take my anger out on somebody else. But if you can't, give me Ephesians 6:4, Baba Kushar.
So, like, just one more thing, sir, if I could. Just one more thing, if I could. Sure. Is there two rebukes here then? So before Christ rebuked the devil and he departed, it says here, then Jesus answered and said, "Oh, faithless, perverse generation." Is that a rebuke as well to the disciples, right?
Can't. You get on his men. Like, look, man, some of you in my class, we in class. We're sitting down with children. You can't do this shit. You get on his men, like, say, you know the breakdowns. What's going on, man? Again, the disciples weren't there yet. They weren't. The disciples weren't there yet. They weren't up to scratch. He's getting on them. Again, like, we're in the Christian church. So we're like, don't worry about it. One day. He's masculine. So it's like, bro, what's going on, man? You know this already? You know, encouraging them, but in a masculine way.
Right.
You know, when the Christianity teacher, they say, brother, this is horrible. You're meant to be nice to a guy, but Christ is like how we are today, man. You see, you're in Hebrew Academy. You see, you know what I mean? Like, come on, now, come on, brother. Double time, man. Get it right. Like Christ doing to his men. Say, come on, man. You know, you sit down in my classes. Come like you're faithless, man. Like, you should know better than this. Yeah. But get that for people, Uncle Sharp.
Can't see. So, Lucky, what was it? Ephesians, what's Lucky?
I think it was 6 and 4.
Ephesians 6 verse 4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath.
There you go, man. Don't provoke your children to wrath, man. Provoke means to feed them.
Like instigate.
Instigate. A lot of brothers in jail, they get in the wrath with the Lord. And when you find out why, the father did it, man. My father used to beat me, so I used to go out there and take my anger out on other people. How many times have you heard that? Like thousands. Well, my father used to beat me, so he beat me, so I will beat someone else. And a lot of times, mothers beat their kids because the father beats them. You know that? Hell of fact. A lot of fathers back then will get drunk, and domestic abuse he didn't have no awareness like he has today. A lot of them was coming back and there, back. There was no helpline. There wasn't no helpline. Couldn't call no one. And then she would take this frustration out of the children. That's a fact. In White House and black in both. That's what I'm saying.
But then see, it was that bad that, like, a woman, she called 999, and the man just walk up to the front door and go, everything's fine. And the police at them, she called for the domestic abuse. If he's at the door, like, well, he said everything's fine, and that was it.
Mom is stressed. Mom is stressed. And guess what? While she's getting stressed and getting black eyes and everything, there's you making up noise. There's you jumping and saying, there's you accidentally breaking eggs and wet in the bed. You're gonna get it, man. You're gonna get beaten, man. And the Bible goes, don't do that. Do not provoke your child to wrath, man. Don't make your child grow up one day and end up in prison. You're provoking to get the wrath of the Lord. Don't be that reason. Keep it in.
You like your other one. But bring them up in the nurture and admonishment, Salakia, and admonition of the Lord.
There you go. If I'm correct, admonish means to correct someone. To admonish me, if I admonish you, I beat you. He's saying, bring them up in the admonishment of the Lord. Like, don't check him your way and destroy them. Check him how the Lord wants them checked. You know what I mean? Discipline them. That's the word. Discipline them how the Lord wants them admonished, man. That's what you do, man. Don't break them and call them to wrath. And call them to be a drug dealer one day. Call them to harm people. Because that's what they see. Imagine you're beating a kid from when he was young, then he thinks that beating is the answer to everything. When his woman don't listen to him, what's he gonna do? Beat up his woman, end up in jail. When someone disagrees with him, what's he gonna do? Beat them up, man. When he's on the road and someone cuts him off, what's he gonna do? Beat them up. He's been told by you that beating is the answer to everything. And that's what we got today, man. A lot of people love to touch people because they think that's the answer to everything. That's what I do with my wife. That's how I do with my children. That's how I do in life. How I do with the guy that looks at me funny. That's how I do with the guy that cuts me off. That's how I do when they don't give me a job. Because you just think fighting is everything, man. So like I can't get it. I thought you hold something for me. You're talking about people that got certain demons on them and they're told to pray off. And the scripture I wanted was Matthew 7 and 9, I believe it was.
Okay. Matthew 7, verse 9. Or what man is there of you whom, if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone?
All right, so what's that saying? Say, what man, if someone asks you, listen, I want bread, you go, here, hold the stone, go on, and buy, see ya. So if I want bread, you give me a stone. What's that saying? On topic for what we're talking about.
Oh, calm.
Anyone now?
So like my internet was not. Could you repeat the question, but sure.
Read it again. So we're talking about brothers that got demons on them, and your pastor goes, just pray on it, man. Just hope to the Lord that one day you start smoking cigarettes. Just hope to the Lord that one day crack will taste less delicious. Okay. And whores will just look. Yeah. Then whores you see on Instagram will one day look less attractive. That's what you pray for. This is what Christ said about people that talk like that. Read that again, Bob Bishop.
Good one, Khan. Matthew 7, verse 9. Or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread will give him a stone?
So imagine this. You go to a man and say, yeah, I'm hungry, man. And he go, yeah, take the stone. Yeah, go on, just go now. Sorted. What's that saying about your pastor? Go on, Albert.
Oh, Salakia. Okay.
What's Hakia?
You sure? Okay. So basically, you go to your pastor for help. You know what I mean? Just like Christ, he had to rebuke, the disciples and rebuke the devil out of the man. The same thing here. The guys come to the pastor for help. Yeah, and he just said, "Yeah, go and pray. Just go and pray for it."
Yeah, give me a hand, man. There you go, man. Imagine I need one thing, and you'll give me something else. I need help. I got an addiction. I go to the church to say, "Yeah, hold this. You'll be fine." Praying is not what I need, man.
Right.
I need help right here. You're on drugs. You need help. You need rebuke, man. That's what we said in the time of Christ when he rebuked the man with the demon in him. You need help and rebuke, and they're saying, yeah, it's prayer in it, man. Your pastor keep smoking, man. Yeah, it's prayer in it, man. You want food, you want bread to fill your belly. He'll give you stone. He'll give you something that can't help the needs that you got. A man got demons on him, he needs help, but you're giving the thing that won't help him. That's why he's going to a pastor. It's like the scripture that says, can faith feed him or something like that?
In James.
Sorry, I can't read. That's another
Can't. Or if he asks for a fish, will he give him a serpent?
I asked for a fish. I want some food, man. I want some fish, man. And you give me a serpent. You give me the thing I don't need. And that's your pastors. They ain't skilled in the word of God. They give you the thing that won't help you, the thing that won't save you. You know, you're going to your pastor talking about, listen, you know, I got problems, man. I got issues on me. Are you talking about the prayer, man? Come. Everyone gather around. Let's hold hands. Let's pray over this brother, man. And hopefully he'll just be aggressive. He'll be less aggressive one day. One day he just wouldn't want to punch people's faces. Imagine this is a brother that's been beaten by his mom and his dad, and now likes to harm other people. He gets off on it. He's been molested and so forth, and likes to harm people. We're gonna pray, and he's not gonna want to harm nobody no more. But okay, good luck. You've been waiting a long time, man. We're not in here though. If here, we're gonna get that demon out, man. I mean, we're not gonna hold hands and splash holy water and hope that one day you don't beat people no more, man. We're not gonna splash holy water and hopefully cigarettes will taste less delicious. You know what I mean? All that is a lie, man.
So like you said,
you beat these things by being aggressive, by going to a man of God, man. They'll help you, man. And it's mad when the men of God help you. Guess what? It's so rough that you think they're not even helping you. You think they hate you, Eliza? You think you almost hate me, man? Got me up at 6. Got me up at 6, man. Doing push-ups in Hebrew Academy. Must hate me, man. That's how hard it is. Because we don't know what love is. We think love is saying, "Oh, you're born." So don't worry about it, man. It's credit, man. And when you get a man that actually wants to help you, we think it's hate. That's why a lot of people leave the school. Why? Because they get told to do certain stuff, but nah, man, I do that. I must do squats. I'm leaving, man. But they don't know what love even is, man. So I don't know. You see that a lot of times, when being told to do stuff and then leaving, but they think it's hate. What they would love for us to say is continue, man. Continue smoking, it's okay. When that is hate, man. It's like
cancer. So
first. Hold your point for 1 second.
I got the piece for you in James 2 and 14.
Oh, rather grab me James 2 and 14. Sure. How can continue slack here?
Yeah, can't. So what? Carry on with what I was gonna say, or read to. What I was gonna say, yeah. So in the scripture it says, if he asks for a fish here, which is something to eat, right? And then it says here, will he give him a serpent? So the Bible describes a serpent, which is something that will kill you, right?
Yeah. And again, we keep the laws. We don't eat serpents. This gives a Chinese man. Be like, I tell him, I'm like, what? I don't understand. I tell him I wouldn't get it. Like, actually, I eat serpent too. But again, it's certain called context. It shows what type of people this is written to. Whoever this is written to, don't eat serpent. The whole context is, I want one thing, and you give me something that don't benefit me.
Right.
So this Bible it's not a worldwide book. It's written to one race of people, and this race of people had their own culture, had a way of living life. Because China will read it and go, I don't get it. I don't understand this. I eat both. In fact, I love the fish. I rather the China will go. In fact, I rather again, it goes to show the people was written to a certain culture, and this was the culture. Serpent.
So
I tell them, I'm like, rah. I tell them to take both. Yeah, fish and serpent together. 3-course meal. So like,
sir, if I may, sir.
Go on.
If I may, sir, when I meant the serpent, I meant like, for example, you're going to your pastor for help and direction, and he tells you to go and pray and not put you on nothing, which would what? Make you carry on doing the same thing and basically kill yourself, right? Is that
That's correct. Something that will harm you. You have something that will help you. You give something that will harm you. That's what your pastor would do. Absolutely correct. You know what I mean?
It's like me, yeah, okay. 11. If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him?
So Christ said that if you as an evil man give good gifts to your son, even a drug dealer, what a drug dealer sells drugs, what's the first thing he says? Well, my kid needs Pampers, man. My mom needs a new house. Even a wicked man gives good gifts. Even a man who's wicked and sells drugs, man. I don't understand how evil drug dealers are. We live in a society where drug dealers have been downplayed and they ain't too bad. Drug dealers are wicked niggas, man. So luck, yeah. You see that? You see that brother? You see that brother's in jail because you don't know whose parent is. And drug dealers responsible for that. That man that commits sexual acts on another man, and he's not even gay. He don't even like men, but he does it anyway to get the stuff that you're providing. A drug dealer does that. A baby that grows up in care because his parents are on drugs. A drug dealer did that, man. You see, your father ate your life. A drug dealer's to blame. Your mother ate your life to blame. You're born a crack baby. A drug dealer's to blame. And even drug dealers give gifts to the ones that they love. They buy their woman the red buttons and a Birkin bag. Yeah, I love Bay, you know. You know what I mean? Bay. What I say, Bay, hold my gun for me, and I'm gonna take her out, man. Take her to the Shard. I'm taking her to the Canary Wharf. I'm gonna go under the London Bridge on the boat, man. I treat, you know what I mean? I look after my Bay. I get her nails done. Even they give gifts to the ones that they love. So guess what? Black man, if you're righteous, wouldn't God give us gifts? If wicked men give gifts and God ain't wicked, then guess what? We're gonna get gifts too, man. It's gonna be more than a Birkin bag, more than getting your nails done, man. We're gonna get the kingdom of heaven. We're getting this earth, black man. We're getting dominion and rulership, man. That's what the Bible's saying right there. Slap your right up on. You get that scripture that he was holding for me.
Come on. The book of James, chapter 2, verse 14.
Come.
What do they profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works?
You go to the Bible say,
can faith save him?
So the Bible say, listen, one man says, well, I got faith, which is a good thing, man. Which is a very good to have faith. The brothers in the Bible didn't have faith. What's one of them? Thomas didn't have faith, man. Some people ain't got faith. Faith, you know what I mean? Like some brothers come to the school or start a new zone by themselves and they ain't got faith. They can't see it growing and taking over the earth. They ain't got faith. And then our brothers got faith, but you know what I mean? They do their work, they do their job, they come in here and they grow in the school. You know what I mean? Even though the police are against them, the family's against them, they got faith. They know, so I'm gonna keep working and it will pay off. That's a man with faith. You know what I mean? But having faith is only good enough. You need works also, man. You got to do works as well. You can't just have faith. And the Bible saying, "Can faith alone save a man?" Keep it in.
Therefore, all things whatsoever.
No. It was Alban Salakia.
Oh, Salakia, my bad. Salakia. My bad.
I think it's froze. Just grab it from please, Hakia, if you could.
Salakia, what was it, sir?
James 2 and 14.
Can't. Get that quick.
Okay. Yeah, Alban's timed up.
James 2 and 14. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him?
So say, what does it profit mean? Profit means what good is it that you got faith alone but no works, man? You got works, man. So you can faith alone save you. Is faith good enough? No. Keep it in.
Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone.
It said, listen, even faith, if you ain't got works to back it up, it's dead, man. Oh God, can't tell me it's a black man's book, man. So I can that's a black man's talk. The Bible goes, that's dead, man. You know how you got a tune and the tunes don't bang. Well, this tune's dead, man. You say, listen, faith that works is dead. They ain't saying nothing, man. Keep it in.
Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
So it's impossible to show a man your faith without works. Impossible. But you can show a man your faith by your works. A man can know that I believe in this by my works. You say, well, you built this school up and you're here every Saturday. You really believe. But you can't tell a man, I believe, and you say, prove it to me. It won't work. It don't work in reverse. I can show you that I got faith by my works. You can't show me that you got faith without works. You can't. It's impossible. You can tell me I got faith to the moon. My faith is up to the sky. Oh shit! Prove it. Without work, you can't. You can't do it. I can show you my faith with my works though. I can show you. You know, I'm on time. I'm this. I do this. I'll get brothers in the truth. We sleepless nights. We counseling. We do what we do. We can do that, but it don't work in reverse. Keep it in.
And I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one God. Thou doest well. Devils also believe and tremble.
Coming up. Keep in the part that one. Keep in this like here.
But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?
Go on.
Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered?
Hold there 1 second. What's the again?
15, the brother and sister naked.
Yeah,
James 2 and 15.
that's the one. Give me 15, Baba Kushar.
So like yeah?
Give me 15, Baba Kushar, please.
Come on. Verse 15, yeah?
Yeah.
If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned and filled, notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body.
And there you go. If a brother's hungry, you can't say, yeah, I got faith that everything will be okay, man. Go on, man. You say, I got faith that everything will be okay. Go on, you'll be fine. Nah. You need works. You got to make sure that this brother gets fed. You got to put food in his belly. And what the Christians do, man, you'll be okay, man. Just pray on it, man. We that part again, like, if a brother and sister be in need, go on.
But wilt thou know, my bad. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned and be filled, notwithstanding.
You can't say, man, be ye warm and filled. I got faith. Paul said that basically, I show you my faith by my works. So I will go out there and feed a brother. You know I got faith, I'm feeding brothers. You know I believe in this. I'm out there feeding brothers and giving brothers food. If a brother's hungry and you say to him, I got faith, man, you'll be okay. Everything will be to up. I'm pretty, you know what I mean? I got faith that you'll be good. You don't give them the thing that they need. I like what you said earlier. That's what the pastors do. We got issues and problems that we need to fix, and they're saying, you'll be okay, man. Just pray on it, man. Just pray on it. Yo, pastor, man, I got this issue, man. I'm schizophrenic, man. I got issues, man. Just pray on it, man. You'll be to up, man. Nah, man. We got the answers, man. We got the answers, man. We're gonna tell you to go get an appointment, go to the medication. It's not magic. You pass out there dealing magic that don't work. Right here, we are realistic, man. And we will solve them demons. We'll sort them demons out, man.
Come on. So like you said,
go on.
If I may, that's what they do in the Catholic Church, don't they? They touch one side of your left side and right side, and then touch you on the head and say, "Go in peace," right?
See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. But listen, don't touch me, man. Sure. The Catholic Church is nasty. But I'm serious. I don't know type man touching me. I'm dead serious. Don't touch me, man. Nasty. Just touch up kids and that they want to come touch me. Move me, man. Like, the UPK, listen, you come to the UPK, don't Catholic don't ever touch your forehead again, man. The Catholic don't ever touch your shoulders again, man. Time to move, man. And the UPK will come here and we'll get that demon off you, and we don't have to touch your forehead, man.
And so like, yeah. And there's just one other thing. That's where that saying come from, right? Actions speak louder than words, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Same kind of concept. Basically, you know, what you do is more than what you say. You know what I mean? So lucky, that's the class anyway. You know what I mean, brothers. Dwada, you know what I mean. Give a hand to Officer Shabagar, Officer the Araban. You know what I mean. Trooper, Hakayan, Karam. All the sisters, Dwada, Shalom, everyone coming through. The sisters, children. Shalom to everyone in class. You know what I mean. With everyone, and we'll see you about Saturday. You know what I mean. 7 o'clock, 394 Lodge Road, B18 5QW. You get me? You have a wonderful time, man. Gonna drink to the death. Imagine Saturday ends a party, you know. Don't just think I'm coming to party, but listen, when you party on Saturday, you're drinking to the death of the disgusting white Greeks, man. That try to take over our temple, man. Think about that when you're bossing a drink, man. This ain't no normal drink, you know. When you're drinking, just try picture in your mind, man. A black man is thrusting a sword for one of them nasty Greeks, man, and cleaning the temple. That's what we're drinking to. Ain't no regular day. Listen, go at them and drag them out of the temple. We ran upon them, killed them, got them out, fixed the whole thing up, man. And we're gonna drink to that on Saturday, man.
So lucky,
so lucky. 1 second, Captain Pasha said this like
yeah, like everyone likes that film, 300. We killed them.
That's right.
That's the easy way to speak.
That's right.
Right. I was gonna say that means you're going in then Saturday, right?
What? Listen, the boss said you're gonna see me pour up and drinking a nice, strong something, you know. That dead, man. And don't tell me I'm wrong, man. Don't tell me wrong, because the white man has Memorial Day and D-Day and Remembrance Day for the death of his enemies. And this is mine, man.
Right.
Try to open my house, I take away the temple, and we killed him, man. So lucky, I'm gonna drink to that.
So like, yeah, also, is that documented as well, like outside of the Bible?
Yeah, should I get it for you?
Yeah, if you could.
What's the Archetypes?
And that's the Roman Empire.
That we actually killed them.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, it's actually in secular history as well. The Apocrypha, you can find in secular history. Secular history means what? Non-religious.
Yeah, non-religious.
You know what I mean? So you can find them as well. Let me see if I can find it. 1 second.
No, so like you say, you can send it over to me later if you want. You can send it over to me if you
Sure,
if
yeah.
you like. If you don't mind.
If you want, I can send it.
Let me check real quick. What's it called? The Archetypes is it called?
Yeah.
That was the Roman one though.
Roman.
Ain't no sweat. I'm sorry, anyway.
Because you know, people like to say, "Oh, you know, where's the proof outside of the Bible?" You know, it's good to have that. For me, anyway, I want to know.
Still stupid, man. Just don't understand the Bible, man. They don't know history or anything. But even white people tell you that this is no history. All right, this. What I'm about to show you is not. It's not the Maccabees. It's when the Romans, so later on in the time of Christ, when the Romans took our temple. What I'm about to show you. So this is a different time when white people came out. I'll show you a big for you 1 second. Can you also see that picture? Is it clear enough? No?
Can't. Yeah, I can see it.
All right, so this is an inscription that white people drew, not me, scholars drew. The white man carved it into his findings. And this is the Romans taking everything from our temple. Now,
Right.
to the left of the picture, can you see a man taking a menorah?
What's the menorah, sir? Oh, that one, the candle thing.
Can you see it?
Can't.
This is them taking the candlestick, the showbread, the table, the ornaments. This is them taking it. So yeah, everything we read in the Bible, when the Romans came and took over Jerusalem, is in their history. This picture here was made by Romans. The Romans made it why? When you take over a nation of people, you glorify how great it was and we had a great victory and so forth. That's what they put in history. That's the menorah right there, the candlestick, the showbread, the tables, the goblets. They put it on their shoulders. This is the naked Romans with the shoulder around their waist. They took it, man. So yeah, you can find it in regular history also.
Can't. Thor, sir. Appreciate it.
And this is the menorah right here. This is the menorah right here.
Where?
You see him taking it. But that's the class anyway. Part of that. Rob, give you the announcements about the show. Cap it up.
Shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Hanna. Rules for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. And after this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. There's also a priest fund, which is a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. You can give whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, on December the 17th, Saturday. All Acumen Aqua, remember to check the bulletin board in the hallway. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. There's boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. That and podium. To give one guest to the teacher, women of Israel, and Madian. Madian, Iraq. How about
Shemi Al-Shabakatam?
Yajamata, Sa, which means to turn, we're going to face the sisters. And Madian Shabbat, and Madian, Iraq, Yajamata, Pastor Smith.
Shalom.